Hollywood's biggest night has wrapped up, and you know what that means. Some celebrities nailed the red carpet, while others left us questioning everything. So let's talk about the looks that completely missed the mark at the 97th Academy Awards. It was a huge night for Best Supporting Actress winner Zoe Saldana. But unfortunately, her dress was an even bigger fashion fail. It looked like someone took a pair of velvet drapes, stuffed them like throw pillows, and called it couture. At this point, her dress might be more qualified for interior design than the red carpet. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, Whoopi Goldberg said, "Hold my space blanket." Now, I love Whoopi, but this dress? It looked like she got wrapped up in futuristic gift wrap, or maybe a very fancy garbage bag. Bold? Absolutely. Flattering? Not so much.
You are a vision.
This dress is spectacular, I'm not gonna lie.
Then there's Isabella Rossellini, an absolute legend, but her dress? More luxury hotel drapery than red carpet elegance. The deep blue velvet was stunning, but the shapeless cut swallowed her whole. A little structure could have taken this from medieval wizard to true Hollywood royalty. Olivia Wilde, on the other hand, went in the opposite direction, straight to honeymoon lingerie territory. Someone should have reminded her this wasn't a pajama party. And Penelope Cruz? She usually stuns, but this dress completely lost her waistline in layers of unnecessary draping. Meanwhile, Sofia Vergara's lace-up gown was more beach club chic than red carpet glam. A rare miss for both.
I don't do what is in fashion, I just do what makes me feel confident and beautiful.
Anna Kendrick, however, had the opposite problem. Too much going on. The asymmetrical shoulder, the fringe, the layers. It looked like she lost a battle with a pom-pom factory. Points for trying, but sometimes less is more.
I just don't want to think about it, I don't want to worry about it.
And then there's Julia Fox. Maybe she was aiming for the birth of Venus, but instead of flowing waves, she got caught in a tangled mess of misplaced hair extensions. Or maybe she was just trying to outdo Bianca Censori's barely there Grammy dress? Because nothing says moving on like beating your ex's new wife in the shock factor game. And last but definitely not least, Brandi Carlile. She arrived looking like the Mad Hatter minus the hat. The polka dots, oversized lapels, and that random red bow, major eccentric tea party host vibes. We're just waiting on the Wonderland invite at this point.
How do you feel in this?
I feel like I'm a part of a fairy tale. I really do. It's like I'm in a beautiful fairy tale.
Wow.
So, who do you think had the worst look at the 97th Academy Awards? Well, hold on. These were just the biggest flops of this year's ceremony. How do they measure up to some of the most shocking and controversial red carpet moments in Oscar history? Let's take a look at the outfits that truly made headlines over the years. Speaking of unforgettable, no list would be complete without Björk's infamous swan dress. Designed by Macedonian designer Marian Pioski, this feathery creation from the 2001 Oscars became an instant pop culture moment. Fun fact, there were 2 copies of this dress since it couldn't be dry cleaned. Love it or hate it, it remains one of the most talked about Oscar outfits of all time.
And talk about this outfit. This is not your swan song tonight. This is a rather unusual creation.
Yeah, my friend made it.
Then there's Gwyneth Paltrow's 2002 Oscar look. Alexander McQueen? Check. Sheer top? Check. Proper undergarments? Oops. The lack of support turned what could have been a striking look into an unfortunate misstep.
I think at the time it was too goth. I think people thought it was too hard. So I think it sort of shocked people, but I like it.
Next, Lady Gaga. She knows how to make a statement, but in 2015, it wasn't her dress that stole the show. It was her oversized red gloves, high fashion or dishwashing essentials. The internet had a field day with that one.
It took 1,600 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's all hand embroidered, 25 people.
But Gaga wasn't the only one to miss the mark. Uma Thurman's 2004 Oscar look left many confused. The white dress with gold and blue embroidery gave off a strange mix of Renaissance fair and unfinished project. Was it meant to be a vest, a royal costume? No one really knows, but it definitely wasn't a winning look. On the topic of DIY gone wrong, Demi Moore's 1989 ensemble was a memorable misstep. Instead of trusting a designer, she decided to create her own outfit, combining a corset, a draped fabric skirt, and, wait for it, biker shorts. The result? A confusing mix of casual and formal that didn't quite belong on the Oscars red carpet. Fast forward to 2013, Helena Bonham Carter stuck to her signature eccentric style. While she's always had a love for gothic and whimsical fashion, her black and white multi-layered dress left many wondering if Bellatrix Lestrange had taken over her wardrobe. But to be fair, this wasn't her first Oscars fashion blunder. Her 1987 look was equally puzzling, featuring an asymmetrical tulle skirt and a sheer polka dot top.
So, now, presumably you all been at the Rio Met Gala?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
You haven't? You haven't?
No, I've no.
You have not.
No.
That's because you wear dresses like that.
While Helena's outfit was eccentric, Cher's 1986 ensemble took boldness to another level. It had everyone asking two things. How is that skirt staying on, and is the headpiece as heavy as it looks? The dominatrix meets fortune teller vibe certainly turned heads, but whether it was for the right reasons is still up for debate.
I had the idea mostly because the Academy didn't really like me, so I thought they hated the way I dressed, and I had young boyfriends, and they just thought I wasn't serious. So I came out and said, as you can see, I got my handbook on how to dress like a serious actress.
In 1974, she rocked this revealing floral bandeau top that was just the beginning. By 1988, winning her first Oscar for Moonstruck, she stunned in a sheer, sparkling Bob Mackie creation that even today's biggest risk-takers, including the Kardashians, would struggle to pull off.
Favorite thing about it was the shawl.
And by 1998, at this point, it was more shocking if Cher didn't wear something revealing. Her beaded, barely there look cemented her as the queen of the naked dress. Speaking of outfits that raised eyebrows, Sophia Loren's 2009 ruffled yellow gown was, well, a lot to take in. Belle from Beauty and the Beast might have approved, but fashion critics certainly weren't enchanted by the over-the-top look. Meanwhile, Jennifer Connelly's 2002 Oscars look aimed for understated elegance, but ended up feeling underwhelming.
It felt cool. I thought it was cool. It had an easiness to it. I love that it wasn't overly embellished.
Similarly, Mariah Carey's 2010 ensemble screamed prom rather than red carpet glam, making us wonder if she grabbed it from a department store sale. Definitely not the statement either star intended. Kim Basinger and Celine Dion both took a tuxedo-inspired approach to push fashion boundaries. Basinger with her half-gown, half-tuxedo creation in 1990, and Dion with her backward version in 1999. Unfortunately, neither hit the mark. Of course, we can't discuss questionable choices without mentioning Whoopi Goldberg's unforgettable 1993 outfit. With neon green and purple brocade fabric, the jumpsuit and coat combo gave off serious Joker meets Maleficent vibes. It was bold, it was bright, and it was certainly hard to ignore. Then there was Lizzie Gardner, who turned heads in 1995. Not because of a glamorous gown, but because she wore a dress made entirely of American Express gold cards. Well, guess she'll never have to worry about maxing out her credit limit. As we've seen, even the biggest stars can have a fashion flop on the red carpet. Now, what do you think? What's the worst Oscar look of all time? And what was the most daring one? Share your thoughts in the comments.